Welcome back. This is Brad, aka MegaTrain, and we're back on OceanBlock. We have spent most of our time here on the Overworld. We popped into the Nether once, just really to get some lava, so we could build our cobblestone generator and do all of the things that we've been doing. But it's time to go back into the Nether and do some work in there. So let's go ahead and endure the lag for a moment. There we go. And as you can see, I've actually done a little bit of work here. I enclosed my closed my portal, and I laid a nice little track out here. Basically, we've got a couple of objectives here. The main thing that we're going to be doing is building a zombie pigman trap, a gold farm, basically. And I'll go through the detail here, but basically 24 blocks up, we're going to have a row of pistons. Pressure plates and hooked to pistons, so that when they spawn on those pressure plates, which is the only place they'll be able to spawn, the piston will kick them off and they'll fall to their death and give me some gold. So this is basically the length that we're going to make that, is 16 blocks long. All of this is half slabs, actually, except for this base here. And I will show you what we're going to do. I'm going to lay some rail cart in here. That's going to let us pop onto a rail cart and zip back and forth, loop around back and forth, and I can sit in the cart and let it run all night long and pick up gold if I want, or there's a few ways that might come in handy. So let's start by making some sticks. And 32, let's do one more. The second thing the rail is going to be good for is that zombie pigmen cannot spawn on rails. So hopefully, don't hit me. Hopefully that will work the way that we want it to and keep them from spawning here. That was close. Alright, so I can't actually make powered rails right now because I don't have any gold, which is what this whole thing is about. I am back with the rest of my iron, and I basically got the layout of the piston that I'm going to make. Let me grab a couple more pieces of supplies. I need a full stack, 64 stone pressure plates, and I also need the ingredients to make 32 repeaters, so we'll use some of these for that. So let me make my pistons. Now, if it looks like I'm acting a little nervous around these zombie pigmen, I am. I kind of have a confession. I was gathering all my materials for this, and I had all my stuff, including the 3 full stacks of redstone, and I walked through the portal for the first time, back to the Nether, and within a second I was dead. The zombie pigmen, for some, I don't know what, they remembered a long ago offense. There's my sticky pistons. and I don't know, they held me to it or something, but it was not a good thing. And basically I lost a diamond. What did I lose? I lost a diamond, sword, and 2 full stacks of redstone, which took me forever to trade. So I was seriously bumming, and I actually, I mean, I literally used like a full stack and a half of emerald to get all that redstone. So I actually used the 16 redstone ore that are in the emergency chest to regain the redstone that I lost. So I figured that I'd done it once. I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it again. So, the only way I could even think of to get back here without just dying over and over and over again to recover the rest of my stuff is I had to switch it to peaceful and switch it back. And so far, I haven't angered these guys, and hopefully that will remain the case. So we're going to do kind of a 2-stage process. The first stage, I'm actually going to go up with a ladder. A ladder about 40 blocks up, and I'll take the opportunity to continue the stack past 40 blocks. Alright, so what do we got here? We'll call this 1. Alright, so I've done 24, 25. This is basically going to be my first, the first level of my trap. But I'm going to go ahead and continue up with the ladder a few more blocks. And we'll do some mining at the top of the nether. If you weren't aware, there's a full layer of glowstone and a full layer of netherrack up here at the top. Whoa, that goes fast. That mine's really stinking fast. Okay, I've cleared out quite a bit of glowstone and netherrack. Really just have much as I could reach off of a couple of branches here, so that'll turn into about a stack and a half of glowstone. One thing I have learned, you do not want to leave this up here. I did this on my other skyblock or my other ocean block, and I kept getting pigmen up here as I was working on other projects downstairs. So if you want them to spawn in your trap, you've got to make sure that they can't spawn anywhere else. We'll see what these zombie pigmen are doing down here. Oh. I think I took out a few. You gotta be kidding me! I've died so many times. Hello, zombie pigman army. Hello, zombie pigman army. Let's hope I didn't lose anything valuable. Everything is valuable. Even this cobblestone just took me forever to mine. Alright, what do you guys all mine? Where'd you guys all come from down here? Do not hit the pigmen. Do not hit the pigmen. Do not hit the pigman. Alright, it is finally catching up. Let's see if I got everything I came with. Redstone and a repeater. There's my pistons, and there's my pressure plates. Still have my Fortune 3 diamond sword. That's a good thing. Still got my food, and my torches, and most of my blocks, and my sword. So I think I'm okay. So I still don't know where all these guys are spawning from, because these are all half slabs here. Unless they can spawn on the rails, that's worth investigating. So we'll see whether they can do that. But first of all, let's stash all of our extra glowstone, and we'll work our way back up to the top. Alright, well the first thing I'm going to do, and I won't force you to watch me do this, is I'm going to make a couple of 16 block long platforms, basically one on the left side and one on the right side of this channel. So let me do that and I'll be right back. So here's my preliminary platform. I've got 2 on each side, a 2 gap in the middle, and 2 on the other side. These half slabs, I'm going to pull these out when I'm ready to go. I just didn't want to fall and die yet again. Been doing that too often lately. So here's how the design is going to work. Basically, there's going to be a sticky piston on the whole back wall. There's going to be a pressure plate on the front, and there's either going to be a repeater or a redstone in the front. Now obviously those are going to need a block on them to actually push me off of where I'm standing, but they're not any functionally different. They behave the same, but you can't just run a row of redstone or it'll push the whole block all at once. So we definitely need to alternate those to be able to fill the whole thing up. And once I have a block on those, when a pigman spawns, because a pigman can spawn on this this pressure plate, it's just going to push him right off. So same thing on that one, it's going to push him right off. So this is 16 down the side, 16 on the other. That's half a stack, that's 32, and I'm going to go up another 3 blocks and do another full set. So let me get at least one of them running here, and we'll see if they even work. So we've got one full bank of these ready to go. As I said, I'm going to pull these center things out, but they appear to be working. Every time I pop up there, they push me off. Hurt me a little bit too. Pull off those torches. So the next bank up has to be 3 high. We've got to leave a gap of 3 for the pigmen to spawn, and this is literally the only space that we want them to be able to spawn. So portions of the next layer we're going to have to put some slabs up on to make sure that they don't spawn in the wrong place. So let me work on this next layer up, and I'll be right back. So I'm working on my top rows. I've got all the pistons in place. The top rows, we need to make sure that nothing can spawn on the top of it. So we're actually going to have a double row of slabs, one over the piston itself and one over the block the piston is going to push, that I will put on in a moment. And I'll do that on both sides. So I haven't put my blocks on, so that shouldn't push me, but I don't want to be too careless here. We're testing as we go. Let's just get a redstone dot. So we're pretty functional. I've got to get my blocks in front. I also want to put some more slabs. I don't want to put them right here because that only gives a 2 high spawning. I want to put them 1 up further. That'll give a 3 high spawning. So we'll build that and be done. Alright, we've got one fully functional set up there. This one will be fully functional as soon as I remove all these center blocks. Here, with me. Let me help you walk this way. Alright, just a tiny bit more. And I think we are done. So let's go down and see how it works. If it works. Please don't be angry with me. I'm just sacrificing your people for gold. That's all I'm doing. Alright, so even if it does work, what do I do about all these guys? Seems to work. Kind of like the gold nugget texture in this texture pack. Looks pretty nice. The problem is, if I kill these guys down here, I could very well have an angry mob on the other side of the portal when I try to go back. I think that's what happened before. I mean, basically what I'd done before is I had just a handful of pigmen come through the portal, and they were by themselves. Why should I not kill them? So I did, and I suspect what happened is one of the guys I actually hit went back through the portal and angered all the neighbors, and that's where I got in trouble. I still don't know where these guys spawn. Maybe they can spawn on railroad tracks. Maybe we need to dig that up. They're definitely falling now. So we have a working gold farm. I may try to figure out what to do about the rest of these guys, because I really don't want them all wandering around down here. So I've engineered what I think is a pretty clever little solution to my pigman problem. I call it the Disneyland Ride of Death. So at this point I don't have enough coal or enough gold to make power rails, but I can make a furnace cart. And it's pushing a normal cart. Any zombies that wander up around onto the tracks will get trapped in that cart and will, over at least a couple of passes, get smothered in and among the rocks here. So I'm still kind of afraid to go look to see what kind of a mess I'm going to find on the other side. But I suppose I ought to go do that at some point. So let me stash my valuables in here. My irreplaceable diamond pick. My nice bow. And I don't want to lose the rest of this, but if I did, it wouldn't be the end of the world. We'll see what kind of mess we got going on over here. Yeah, that's a mess. I'm not even gonna try opening the fence. There's no way. What do I do about all these guys? Another minecart little looper thingy going on? Do I just kill them? Get out of the fence and then kill them? I don't know. I'll try something though. Maybe some of them will follow me back. Come on, guys. Come on. Ride the minecart of death. Well, I made it out successfully. Anybody get any ideas for that? I understand now why some other people have done different weird things with their portals, like putting them way in the sky and things like that. I didn't think that would be a problem. Apparently it is.